Well, hello, crafters. Thank you for joining me at my YouTube channel. This is Juanette. I would like to start out first by saying hello to Chrissy, Felicia at Mouse Potato Designs, Nancy, and Stephanie. Thank you so much for your lovely comments regarding my videos. Now, in today's video, I am doing week number 6 of Anne Brooks' tag challenge, and the prompt was a bevy of buttons. So here is my tutorial on how I completed this project, and I'm excited to start with week number 7. So again, thanks for joining me. So for today's tag, which is tag number 6, I must admit I have stewed over this for about a week, trying to decide exactly what to do. This one's been more difficult for me, and I'm not quite sure why. But what I've decided to do is use these beautiful pink buttons that I found at my local DI or Goodwill. They were on a baby's crocheted sweater that looked like it was for like maybe a 6-month-old, but I thought they were absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to use those. Then I believe I'm going to put a piece of this pink gingham over here. I like this little frayed edge there. And then I have a couple of green buttons. Again, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. This button here is made out of glass, and it was an extra button from a dress that I own. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So what I'm going to do first is stitch my layers together. What I've done is I just have a piece of white, and if you look real close, you can see it is a little bit decorative there. Little piece of white material, then I've got some batting, and then this is just plain batting, and I'm gonna stitch a running stitch to hold all of these together using this white silk lame braid. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be back with you and decide what else to do with this bevy of buttons tag. Okay, so I got all of this sewn around, so tacked down, and then I have placed my buttons, and I think I'm going to go quite simple with just sewing them down. I'm going to use this color SL182 silk lame braid, and because it is quite thick, I pulled some threads apart so that it's a little bit thinner to sew my buttons down with. And so I'm going to start tacking those down. I'm going to use this color for the pink buttons, and I'll show you if I do anything different, but these are just 2 whole buttons, and I don't think I can stitch outside of them and have it look very well because of these ridges. So I'm going to start sewing those down, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. So I am just tacking these down very simply. And this would be a good video for someone to watch who doesn't know how to sew on a button. It's actually quite simple. So if you're an absolute beginner and have never sewn on a button, you just come up through one hole, you knot your back, and then you go down, and I want it to be even with this other one. And that's it. That's it. You just keep coming back up and down through that hole, and that attaches that button to your material. Oops, wrong. I missed the hole there. So I'm going to finish this one and then secure it, and then we'll start on the green ones. So as I sew this green button on, I want to talk about what I have up here. This is a name of a store that I found by just searching this thread. And this store came up. They are in Kansas City. I live in Arizona, and I ordered from them, and I was so impressed with their store. Couple of things. One is they have free shipping, which is always a plus. Their prices were comparable to other places. I placed a second order because I needed this pink, and I was pleasantly surprised at how quickly I got this thread. I called the store today to ask them if I could mention their store on my video, and they said absolutely, that would be fine. I am not getting paid to mention their store. I don't know why I can't find the hole for that. Nor am I receiving any free product. I just felt like they are a small business run by two women, and I'm impressed with them. They also, with both orders I've received, they have written a little personal note to me, thanking me for shopping with them. So if you are in need of any sewing supplies or thread, please check out this store, KC Needlepoint. I'm sure I will be ordering from them again. There's their phone number, there's their website, there's their email address, and anyway, I just wanted to mention that. So I am doing a different stitch here to secure this button down. Boy, I am just cannot see. Oops, and I stuck myself there. So this is just going over the button, and I think we're going to be able to see a little bit more of the thread with that. Anne's next challenge is hexagons, and I can't wait to start on that. I don't know what colors I'm going to use. Maybe I'll use some blues. But anyway, I'm going to finish this up, and then I will be back with you guys in just a bit. Okay, I finished stitching that button down, and now I'm going to do this button. Now, this button is one of those that will go through the back, will be stitched through the back. So that might be a little challenge for this girl here. Let me just see where I want it. Okay, we'll come up through there. Oh, maybe it's not going to be as hard as I thought. Let me just run that through there. There may be an easier way to do it, although I don't know. Let me see, let me tack that down. I want it to be straight. We'll see. If it's not straight, oh well. Oops. All righty. There we go. Let's see here. There should be an easier way to do this. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. You know, it's been a while since I've sewn, and I'm not sure if I've ever actually sewn a button like this. Just go down like that. No, I can't do it. Let's see here. Looks like I'm going to be fiddling with this one. Maybe we'll have it that way, but I don't like that it's not even. All right, sister. Get it together. No, it doesn't go like that. It goes like this. Get it together there, Hewitt. It's a little bit off, but I will do something to fix that to make it not look so obvious. That's the nice thing about crafting. There is always a way to fix anything. You just have to kind of think outside the box and be creative. So one more last stitch and then I'll be done with this. And then I was looking at this leftover thread that I had here, and I bunched it up, and I thought to myself, you know what? Let's just add that to the piece. So I'm going to probably couch that on. Oh, this thread is just so beautiful. Oh, not horrible. Not too bad. But I do want to put that thread on there because it's beautiful. And I'm going to use this thread to tack it down. Now, let's see. Where do I want that? There? No. Down the middle. Yeah, I like that. That will be fine. And I'm just going to do just a couple of stitches up and down to attach that. Because it's just such a beautiful thread. Maybe I'll do 5 stitches just because the green is gorgeous too. Then I will just look at it a little bit and decide if I'm finished and can attach it to the tag. Yeah, that added a little bit more. I may need to do some French knots here. It still looks a little bit plain to me. What do you guys think? Should I do some French knots? Or bullion knots? Or bullion stitches, whatever they're called. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm going to sit here and mull over this a little bit and decide what else I want to do. Okay, so I wasn't done. I did do 3 little French knots, but to me the outside still seems very plain. So what I've done is taken, one of the green metallic, a plain green, and then one of the metallic pink, and then a plain pink, and ran them together, and I'm going to put them through my beeswax and then stitch around the outside of the tag to bring in just a little bit more color there. So I will do that and then come back and show you the final result. So I've completed my tag by doing just a little straight stitch with the green and the pink around the edge, and so I feel this tag is done. So I need to stamp my date on the back of my tag, and I'm using Stampin' Up! Mossy Meadow. I'm late in getting this completed because it's already time to work on week number 7. This was week number 6. The prompt was a bevy of buttons. So what I'm going to do is document that, glue this down, and then I'll be back at the very end to show you what the tag looked like. Okay, so I finished my tag, attaching it, and I am very happy with the way it came out. February 13, 2021, week number 6. This week's prompt was a bevy of buttons. It took me all week to think about how I wanted to do this tag. This one was a little bit more difficult for me, so let me add it to my ring, and hopefully the hexagon prompt will be easier for me to complete. But again, what a fun project. My sister asked me, so what is the purpose of this? The purpose is to just sew and enjoy the process. So thank you for joining me for week number 6 tag, a bevy of buttons. Bye, you guys.